People have read it. What makes a man immediately unattractive? Not being able to function as an adult, not doing chores, not knowing where stuff is kept in his own house, not knowing how to do simple things like booking a flight hotel and always needing someone to do it for him. Having a partner that feels more like a child you have to look after is a very fast way to lose attraction. Obviously, if there is a disability at play that makes him unable to do these things is another thing entirely. Also, bad hygiene and lacking accountability. Everything is always someone else's fault. Anger when they don't immediately get the response they want. No patience. No ability to accept momentary reticence. I went on a date once with a guy who wanted to know in the first 2 hours if I was attracted to him. I told him attraction grows and I didn't know what to say. He wasn't necessarily my physical type, but I don't care about that and value a kind, compatible partner over pretty much everything. He got angry. Guess who I never saw again, even though he ended up trying to hang out again? Yeah, that guy. Being a mama's boy. Here are a list of red flags. Triangular flag on post, triangular flag on post, triangular flag on post. Always taking your mother's side over your partner wife. Allows his mother to wear white during his wedding. Not helping with chores all around the house. Always complains that your mother's cooking is better than your partner wife's cooking. Not helping with childcare at home. Is a total narcissist. Keeps gaslighting their partner wife. Tells his partner wife that he'll change but never tries at all and just keeps lying. Choosing media over you. I'm not saying game time is bad, but I am definitely against going at a game for 15 to 20 hours straight, or even 3 days straight. Being on Insta or TWT is fine, consuming that is fine. But when it becomes you consuming it while we are together almost the whole time, immediately he becomes just another guy to me at that point. What's the point of being with someone if at every waking moment it's like you can't stand to be around them or listen to them? I went on a date with a guy once that was going well until the end of the date when he was bringing me home. He was turning left onto another street, but a car in the other lane going straight was driving slow, and he looked really mad about it, and as soon as they passed he turned pretty aggressively. And looked like he came pretty close to hitting the other car. I don't react well to aggressive drivers like that. Never contacted him again. Bro literally only had to wait 15 seconds. Men going out of their way to embarrass you for no reason, or if they are unnecessarily aggressive. Especially in front of their friends. Men that complain about women all the time are equally unattractive, whether it's in real life or online. I don't tolerate that BS, but I feel for people who fall victim for it and can't defend themselves or stand up to them. I'm good at holding my own and flipping the script, but I recently found out there is a large number of people who can't. If a guy keeps disparaging himself, making jokes at his own expense, putting himself down, it's a turn off for me. I went on a date a few months ago and the dude did this pretty much the whole time. There wasn't a second date. Also, if a guy walks up to me at a bar and the first words out of his mouth are something along the lines of "you have fantastic tits," that's gonna turn me off. Flattering, sure, but it gives off huge fuckboy energy and I'm not into that. There are the usual things: rude to wait staff, alpha types, etc. Then for me it's also lacking in imagination and shitty taste in music. Bonus negative points if they make fun of me for reading. WTF is that about? It's happened many times and just... What? I realize taste in music is subjective, but if their preferred genres make me want to shove nails through my eardrums, it's a deal breaker. When you can immediately tell they're recently single just by the frequency and negativity of their social media posts. Every hour or two it's one of those vaguely masculine quotes paired with a picture of either Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy as Tommy Shelby, or Charlie Hunnam as Jax Teller, or a throwback photo of him and the boys with a caption like "need to do this again soon," driveling self-pity and insecurity leading to inaction and further spiraling. Honestly, it holds true for anyone. I can only handle self-deprecation and self-flagellation for so long before it starts to get pathetic. At some point you need to get it together and make a move. If you want something you've never had, you're gonna need to do something you've never done before. Had a crush on a guy. Asked him what music he liked. I don't really listen to music. I don't know if it was confusion or disgust over someone not having any music preference at all, but I pretty much immediately lost all attraction to the dude. The best part is that he followed his answer up with "I like Tom Clancy audiobooks though." Lack of confidence. There's an extent to which it can be cute, but on the whole say stuff with conviction. Act like you think you matter. Don't be a dick and try to control a situation but make it obvious you feel like you and others are equal in the convo. Your opinion matters, my dudes. Listening to you talk about the things you like and enjoy yet doing absolutely nothing at all. No date planning, no surprises, no "I was thinking of you," or "this made me think of you" stories. Just too damn selfish to do anything for the person they supposedly love and care about. When he harasses or chases animals, or if he doesn't respect nature, it's just plain rude. If a man ever hurt an animal on purpose near me, I would honestly go crazy on him. Do not disrespect nature, be nice. A man chasing a bird away is not funny, it's just annoying and rude. Every time I have a first date with a guy, I notice if he treats waiters respectfully and if he is kind with street vendors. I live in Florence and it's full of street vendors and beggars. If he is rude to these working categories, then it is immediately a big no. Specifically on dating apps, when men bring up sex immediately in convo then try to pass it off like they are joking. Then when I say I'm not interested in having sex or talking about it, they keep bringing it up anyway. So gross and disrespectful. Talking over people. If you can't have a conversation without talking over someone repeatedly, it tells me that instead of listening, you're just thinking up your own response or story to turn the conversation back to yourself. Thinks they are superior. Puts down others. Unkind to women, the elderly, disabled, children and animals. Anyone they deem weak. No amount of money or looks would interest me with an attitude like that. Dizzy face, dizzy, dizzy face, dizzy, dizzy face, dizzy. When he has no social etiquette, for example if he speaks to waiters waitresses poorly, or how he reacts to homeless asking him for money, or even how he acts around his own friends compared to with you. Being single, apparently. When I'm happily in a relationship, I've got a new girl every other day trying to steal me, but I've been single again for a few months and can't get a date to save my life. Volatile tempers. Like when they stub their toe and they have to slam the next door they use. Or when the dog accidentally steps on them and they yell super loud at the dog. Just gross. Smoking. Yeah. Not my kink. Cigarette smell. Also, being too sensitive to everything. Or pointing out hormones or she's on her period when they get answers they don't like. Spitting. It's so gross walking in the street and suddenly have the guy in front of me spit on the sidewalk for no fucking reason. Use a tissue. I don't want to step in that. I was into a guy until I saw him eat messy food for the first time, in this case pizza. Smacking his lips, tongue out, sauce all over his lips, and I dried up like a desert. Big ego. He can be super hot, have a good job, make good money, but if he's got a big ego it's game over. I find that extremely unattractive and an immediate turn off. Blatant racism. Had one guy ask me my race and when I told him where my family was from in Europe he said good. Also later in the conversation he used racial slurs. Dirty nails. Edit. If you're all dirty from working your job, that's fine and also very sexy. If you're dirty from general poor hygiene, that's an entirely different. To me, sagging your pants kinda makes it look like you shat yourself, at least when combined with the wobble walk to avoid completely dropping them, so probably that. For me personally, smelling bad breath, lacking intelligence, lacking empathy, and a sense of humor. Although I try to avoid people like this in general really. It's less immediate, but monologuing instead of having a conversation. I just know that you could replace me with a cardboard cutout and the guy would keep going. Gossiping. If someone tells them a personal private thing, and the first thing they do is tell another person like a casual friend or whoever they run into next. Arrogance. Rudeness. Thinking that somehow anyone is better than anyone else for reasons outside of their control. Gender, sexual orientation, race, poverty, etc. Interrupting other people. I consider it a sign of bad manners. It's like saying whatever another person has to say is unimportant. I am more important than them. Self-centered behavior that demonstrates a lack of respect and empathy. Lack of effort in relationships, whether they be friendships, romantic, or professional. When he can't hold a conversation. Responding with 1-3 words and not being an active person in a conversation makes me wonder why I'm wasting my time on you. Being a snob. Bad hygiene, and I'm not talking he just got off work. Being ignorant about race, gender, creed, color, etc. Laziness. Always having to be right. If he has to back his vehicle into each and every parking space, every time he parks I've learned they're a type and that I do not mesh with the type, other than the obvious things like being a convicted pedophile. Probably bad breath and constantly talking over other people. Worse when it's both. The inability to set clear boundaries for oneself, the inability to respond to someone else setting boundaries in a healthy way, and condescending. 1. When they're rude to waitstaff or service people. 2. When they're going bald and have not accepted it and have long hair need to shave it. Fragile masculinity. Bro, let me paint your nails and do funny girly shit with you from time to time. Stop thinking you're a Sigma alpha male. When you talk about something you're passionate about and they don't listen or say it's a stupid hobby, immediately makes me not like them. When he snorts. When he hoards wealth. When he just stays put in his underground lair. Wait, that's not a man, that's a dragon. The disrespect, lack of ambition, being AFK boy, looking down on me and my opinions because I'm a woman, and etc. I gotta go with bad hygiene, angry outbursts at small things, and not listening helping me. Man, I need a divorce. When he thinks he need to judge and have an opinion about everything, and honestly it goes for both men and women. Has the Andrew Tate mentality. Doesn't tip bartenders servers. Thinks sexual freedom is only exclusive to men. If his face is totally blank and there's a green apple just hovering in front of it. Chicks hate dadaist hard. When their idea of an icebreaker is telling me all their ideas for tattoos they want. I do not give a fuck. Poor hygiene. Penny pinching stinginess. Being delulu. Thinking that lying is a valid tool for daily life. No common sense, no sense of humor, and insisting about sex all the time and are afraid of spending money. When they are cocky, as in when they are a good looking guy but they know it and are cocky about it. Personality arrogance, dishonesty, rudeness. Physically appearance, I'm really not into baby faces. Try to make the other person feel dumb. Dude, even if they are dumb, why you gotta behave like that? Using the word females instead of women, extra points deducted if they repeatedly do it. When I can see through their insecurities while they are still gaslighting me with their lies.